Welcome to my activities for AusFel Level 2 Fractions. My name is Jason Crockett and I'm a pre-service teacher studying at Victoria University. This 5-minute video is for the class AEB2150 and will show a set of 3 activities that can be used to teach fractions to Year 2 students. The Level 2 fraction mathematics requirements are to be able to recognise the common uses for halves, quarters and eighths, as well as recognise that sets of objects can be partitioned into groups of a variety of numbers and relate the number of parts to the size of a fraction. The common problems that students experience about this aspect of fractions are that they involve pieces rather than whole objects. There are now multiple numbers to account for a single number, numerator and denominator, and there is new terminology less commonly used around younger children when compared to adding and subtracting with whole numbers, such as halves and quarters, eighths and fractions. The learning objectives targeted in my set of activities are to begin with a very rudimentary knowledge of what halves, thirds and quarters are, then moving on to breaking open the idea of symbols by shifting from basic hands-on work into activities that include the symbols. All students come to school with some prior knowledge of fractions, where someone at home has cut a sandwich or a piece of fruit in half, or someone's talking about a 5:15. However, most students will never have seen fractions written down symbolically and have only the basic understandings of what a fraction truly is. First activity, bringing in fruit to be separated by the kids. Mandarins are especially good as they are segmented and peelable by hand. This activity has been chosen as it is a concrete, hands-on task, allowing them to show their knowledge of halves, quarters and eighths, and allowing you as the teacher to identify key points that they're missing and teach to fill the gaps. My second activity, paper partitioning, is completed by folding the paper and drawing the various fractions on the paper. This activity works best with a choice in paper, textures and pens to choose from, as the more artistic kids will enjoy being able to decide the colours for their activity. Just be careful not to let them focus all their attention on the colours and not the fractions. This task has been chosen because it acts as a bridge between their knowledge of the hands-on task of separating pieces of an object into halves, quarters, eighths, or so on to the discretion of the teacher, and the symbol themselves. Fraction matching online. This activity, as the final activity of this set, encourages children to practice their knowledge of fractions and their equivalence between pictures to symbols and pictures to pictures. It allows for continuation of the task at home. It comes with a wide range of levels to accommodate children's different aptitude with skills. This task has been chosen because the task is online and easy to access, requires no materials, and can be reiterated upon at home. The task also allows for a wide range of skill, with many levels to access. I do suggest that teachers run through this activity first on an interactive whiteboard with the entire class to teach them the skills required and the ideas behind the task before allowing them to continue individually. The 3 activities I've presented are just a few examples of the types of activities that can be used in teaching students at Level 2 about fractions. I do hope these aid you in the classroom.